Wow, man. Wow, 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 wow. What a game. First of all, what a series. Even though it's 2-0 right now, what a game, what a series so far. I have absolutely loved both of these games in this series. Like I said, even though it's 2-0 right now. Before I say anything, I want to say props to Jalen Brunson. He has been hooping this series, and what no matter what you think about the last shot, I don't like it myself. I think you can get a better shot, especially when there's 5 seconds still on the clock. I'm not the biggest fan of the shot. Please don't get me wrong. And in fact, when he took it, I was like, boy, I was like, you okay? I was like, all right now. But they said something on the broadcast that made sense. I mean, maybe he's worried about the Pacers fouling since they're already up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just foul, put them on the line, so that way they don't even have to worry about Jalen Brunson doing anything heroic, especially because Jalen Brunson was so hot to end that game. So I get it from that perspective. He's thinking, well, maybe the Pacers are going to try to foul me, but at the same time, it's like they let you get the ball all the way up the court. I think you got to try to use the last 5 seconds because I think if you're Jalen Brunson, you're also good enough to where now there's 5 seconds of they're going to push up on you. So if you think they're going to foul you, you can shoot it when you sense them as close to you as they can possibly be and when the time is a little closer. So that way, if you miss the shot, it's like you did everything you could. And then if they foul you, it's like they risk just being a shooting foul. So I didn't love the shot, but I will say props to Jalen Brunson. Phenomenal game. Offensively, he was hooping absolutely 100% has been this entire series. But I think the worst thing from this game, or the worst thing from this like last sequence, isn't the shot. It's the foul. That is a really, really, really bad foul from Jalen Brunson, man. I get you're tired. I know you're putting the whole damn city on your back, one of the biggest cities in the world. You're putting it on your back. I know you're doing everything you can. Please don't get me wrong. I 100,000% understand that, and I empathize with that. But at the same time, dog, that's just a bad foul. The pass is terrible. It's going out of bounds. And even if it's not, you don't need to tug on Aaron Neesmith's jersey right there. Like, Aaron Neesmith isn't the type of guy where you think you tug on his jersey, you don't tug on his jersey, he just gets right past you. He's going all the way to the cup, or he's going to get down to the other side of the court and make a play. So I just didn't like the foul. I thought the foul was the much bigger travesty from Jalen Brunson in this game than that bad shot. And I thought that foul was really what lost in the game because I think that foul took away a lot of momentum where it's like the crowd wants to blame the refs, but they can't because they show the replay and Jalen Brunson's damn near ripping the jersey off of Aaron Neesmith's body. So I think that took a lot of air out of the building. That just kind of ruined the building, kind of quieted the building down a little bit. And then Aaron Neesmith though goes and credit to him, hits his job, does something that the Knicks weren't able to do in the last game and hits both of the free throws, which is like good for him. You know what I'm saying? But on to the Pacers, man. Phenomenal, phenomenal Pascal Siakam game. After last game where I was saying the Pacers need more from you, even though you pulled out the win, I was like, damn, Siakam, I expect way more from you. In a game where Tyrese Halliburton doesn't do a lot offensively, especially in that first half where I think did he score in the first half? Like, genuinely? I don't know if he even scored in the first half. Um, but yeah, man, in a game where Tyrese Halliburton's doing almost nothing offensively, especially in that first half, for you to be hooping the way you were hooping to keep it close in that first half, for you to be just hooping the way you were hooping in the second half to continue that, not doing what Julius Randle did for the Timberwolves in game one, where he has a baller first half and then the second half doesn't do much. No, you were hooping the entire game. Props to you, phenomenal game. It didn't matter if it was OG on you, if it was Josh Hart on you. There was nobody on the Knicks that could see you tonight. Props to you. Props to TJ McConnell, a guy that has given them very good minutes off the bench in this series so far in these two games, especially with just the way he plays with the pace, his vet presence, everything like that. Phenomenal minutes from TJ McConnell. Phenomenal minutes from Ben Shepherd, who hit two big threes, was playing some solid defense, doing the things that you want him to do. Um, Tyrese Halliburton, man, you were about to get an evisceration, and I've been telling everybody how the last few days, like, you've been turning me into a fan of yours during this playoff series and everything like that. And even though I'm rooting for the Knicks because I picked them, and because I'm a bigger fan of Jalen Brunson than I am of anyone else on the court, especially during this playoff run for him as well, you were about to go out here and sell the game for your team, and then somehow, dude, the Pacers do what they always did, and they did what they always do, and they pull the game out in clutch time. And a question going into this series that I asked was, will the Knicks be able to rely on close game? And so far, no. Like, so far in the clutch, when you have a game one where you have it in the bag and you sell it completely, I'm talking about fumble it completely, and then in game two where it's like you go up a little bit, like 8 to 10. You go up to like 6-8, something like that in the first half, and then you go up again, and then you allow for the Pacers to have a late second quarter run, which was pivotal for the Pacers to get momentum going into half. And then you go up like around the same amount, like 8 to 10 points, something like that in the early fourth quarter with like 7-8 minutes left. And then you allow for the Pacers to go on a run again. It's just like, man, the Knicks, man, they have not been able to rely on these clutch games. They have not been able to do what they've been doing all playoffs and all season. And that's no fault to Jalen Brunson. That's not really even any fault to Cat, even though Cat, we'll talk about that in a second. But Jalen Brunson's been performing in the clutch the way he's been performing. It's just you can't guard Tyrese Halliburton in the clutch sometimes. And you're allowing Aaron Nesmith to come out here and hoop and be and show you why he's one of the best role players in the league. And you got Mitchell Robinson leaving Miles Turner wide open from 3 to go help into the paint. And it's just like, man, it's tough. You can't, if you're a Knicks fan, you're already down 1. I mean, if you're the New York Knicks, you're already down 1-0 after losing game 1 at home. You can't afford to lose game 2 at home, especially not when Tyrese Halliburton, who is the other team's best player, even though it didn't look like it tonight, isn't playing to the ability that you think he can play to. Isn't playing to the best of his abilities like he's been playing for the majority of the playoffs, and that's just tough for them, man. And the last thing I'll say about the Pacers for this game pretty much is, because I have a lot of questions about the Knicks, but the last thing I'm pretty much going to say about the Pacers is Miles Turner, man. Thank God that Karl-Anthony Towns was so bad defensively and that he was like a minus 23 when he was on the floor. And thank God that you have Pascal Siakam frying, because you couldn't see Cat at all defensively in this game, and that was a theme in game 1, but in this game it was just as bad as it was in game 1, if not worse. Like, you could not, or not worse, it was not worse, but you could not stop him defensively, dog. So you better thank God that ended up being a really big problem, because I thought it was going to be. For the Knicks, I have a few questions. Why is Deuce McBride in over Josh Hart for so much of the fourth quarter and the second half in general? Why is Cat on the bench for so long in the second half? The guy that just was announced All-NBA, who should have been second team, but whatever, over Evan Mobley, but whatever. I'm not even going to get into that right now. Why is he on the bench for so long? Why is Josh Hart on the bench for so long, especially when it's for Deuce McBride, who isn't giving you a damn thing for the most part? And then the last thing I have to say for the Knicks, Mikal Bridges, man, I was about to get on here and eviscerate your entire basketball career going back to freaking middle school if I had to, because the way you were playing in that first half and the way that I thought you were going to play for the second half, man, and the way you started off the second half, I was like, Mikal Bridges, they didn't trade 5 first-round picks for you to come out here and be able to hit nothing but a turnaround midi, but you finished 9 of 18, 7 boards, 20 points. You hooped in the second half, so I'm not going to eviscerate you too much, but yeah, man. Heartbreaking for the Knicks, so I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion in everyone's mind, barring something insane happening. Pacers Thunder in the finals. That's what it's looking like. And you could have given me probably 5 or 6 different final scenarios heading up into the season, damn near even heading up into the playoffs, that I would have believed before I would have believed Pacers Thunder, or that's Pacers Knicks, Pacers Thunder in the finals. But I love the series, man. I really pray the Knicks can go back and win game 3. I really want the series to go 7 still, because I have loved like every minute of this series. But yeah, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. All glory to God as always. After a heartbreaking loss for the Knicks in game 2, for them to come out and lose this game is tough. So yeah, man, it's a tough one. All right, peace out, man.